Hey everybody, welcome to Halfshelltoys and Collectibles. Today I'm out in my shop. I just want to give you guys a quick update on our eBay business and my life and where we find ourselves in the middle of February of 2025. And there's a lot of reasons why we find ourselves where we are right now. And I kind of want to go through a few of those with very minor details. And just to give you guys an idea of where I'm coming from, what I'm working through, what I have to work with, and hopefully what our solution is moving forward. So in this video, I'm going to do a quick walk around through our shop and explain why it is the way it is. And then we're going to do a quick walkthrough in my office and why it is the way it is. And then what our solutions are for getting this to a state to where we can function a lot better and be more efficient and hopefully sell more merchandise, bring in more money. So let's go ahead and rewind this a little bit and go to the end of summer of 2024. I was making videos for this channel right up until my son was born in October. And I said in a few of those videos that he was coming, my wife was pregnant, and he's our first child. And so there was a lot of anticipation, a lot of wondering how things were going to be and what things were going to have to change. And I started selling on eBay full time at the beginning of spring. And so I'd kind of gotten into a really good routine coming into August and September. September was my best month so far, and it still remains my best month. So I knew that there was going to be a massive change coming into my life that was going to disrupt the pattern that I've created up to that point. So, but also, and this is kind of where I was getting to when I said the beginning of the end of summer. At the end of summer, I'd say July, August, I started to not feel good. And stomach aches, back pain, neck pain, a lot of different stuff. And then I was just living with it, just trying my best to get through it, get through my day, so I can get to my easy chair at the end of the day and relax. But as the months went on, I got worse and worse and worse. Come October, I was not feeling good at all. They wanted to induce my wife. My son was born, perfectly healthy boy. We had a lot of complications with my wife. Once he was born, there was a lot of complications. There for an hour or two, there was a good possibility that we could lose my wife. It got really scary there for a while. Then after they got her stable, we thought that, we got a week behind us. We're home. We were in the hospital for almost a week. Get home for a week, and then we found out that she had to have surgery. So that was a huge setback. And it took a good month and a half for us to get to a place to where she was healthy enough to start getting up and around and taking care of our son like she had been desiring to this entire time. So it was extra work for me, for my family, but at the same time, we all felt really bad for Megan because Megan couldn't take care of Grayson the way a mother wants to within those first 2 months of her baby's life. So not going down the rabbit hole of everything that happened, but just saying it was very traumatic. And for me, that added to a lot of my stress and anxiety that I was already going through with my health and the condition of the shop and eBay store stuff. So, so then fast forward a little bit into December. Our son's now 2.5, 3 months old. I'm still not feeling good. I'm actually feeling worse. And then Christmas Day, I wake up and I feel absolutely terrible. The worst I've felt all year. And then at this point, my wife has already told me for a couple months, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. But I'm stubborn, and I didn't. But Christmas morning was kind of a wake-up call for me. So we had family coming in the next day that was here for about a week. That took us into the new year. And then once that family left, I made a doctor's appointment, did blood work. All the blood work came back good, thankfully. We were leaning towards it being like gallbladder or stones in my gallbladder or whatever. But the ultrasound results actually came back that I had a non-alcoholic fatty liver. So something that I've never heard about. But I have educated myself on that, what I can eat, what I can't eat. So the last month, I would say 5 weeks, I have changed a lot in my diet. I am feeling better than I was a month ago. But I still have bad days, and I've had one bad week since starting this. So I've had probably 3 weeks of decent health in the last 5 weeks, but it is getting better and better and better. So, and that's only going to improve as I continue to improve my diet. So, which is hard for me because I've always been a guy who eats fatty stuff, and sugary sweets, and drinks. Summertime sweet tea is my go-to, and it can't be anymore. So, and then the wintertime Pepsi was my go-to, and I'm just cutting out soda completely. I don't care if it's diet or whatever. I'm just not going to drink it. So it's been a huge change. I've lost about 25 pounds since Christmas Day. I got a long ways to go. I still have, I don't know, I probably still have 80 pounds to lose, if not more. So got a long road ahead of me there, but with the support of my wife and my family, and the thought of being healthy for my son and being here as long as I can be for my son, is what's driving me right now. So to make those healthy choices. So with that being said, it's been a crazy 6-7 months of my life. And it's just been more than just like health scares and my son being born. And I'll explain that as we're walking around the shop, and you guys will see. You guys will see from the condition of my shop, the extra added stress on top of all of that has really paralyzed me. So let's get into the condition of the eBay store. So with my son being born and having to really step up to the plate those first 2 months, and then also taking care of him in the mornings until my mother-in-law or my mother come over to watch him for a few hours so I can get in the office, get some things listed, do packages. So my time is now limited. And then also my workspace is a disaster. So I've been trying to keep up with at least 5 listings a day. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes it's a big fat zero. And that has affected my store big time. So we need to get this organized and set up to where I can start making my store successful again. And the only way that I can do that is by getting a better system down. Out of this shop, we also run another small business that my wife and I do, and that is working on cars. We enjoy hot rods and classic cars, and one of the things that we do to help supplement our income is We search the back roads for old classic cars that have been sitting for years and years and years in fields. We bring those home. We clean them up. We do what work we can do to them within the budget that we have, and then we send them down the road to the next person to do further work on them. So basically, it is considered flipping cars, but I like to call it rehoming cars. I do the legwork. I find the cars. I clean them up, make them look better, get them running if I can, stopping if I can, and then I rehome that car to the next person in the hobby. So, and if you're into that kind of stuff, I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can subscribe to our Resilience Motors channel. So we have probably 4 projects lined up for this year, this calendar year. And once I show you guys my shop, you're going to be like, are you going to get any of them done? So, and that I'm asking myself that right now. Are you going to get any of them done with the condition of our shop? So, yeah, let's get into why the shop is the way it is. And then I'll start showing you guys the shop. So, end of summer. So August, I think it was August, beginning of August. So right around the time that I started not to feel good and all these things started mounting up, I was given the opportunity to help clear out a hoarder's house. Now, this wasn't a house that was disgusting. They didn't have pets. They took care of themselves. But they had a lot of stuff. And it was organized. All of the boxes that were stacked up in the bedrooms and the hallways and the living room and dining room and kitchen, I mean, you could barely walk in the house. They were all labeled with what was in them. All the items were carefully wrapped in either bubble wrap, bags, or paper. So it wasn't like the hoarders' houses you see on hoarders on A&E or anything like that. It wasn't like that to a degree. It was a very organized system that this couple had. Basically, the kids that were in their 60s and early 70s didn't want to have to deal with all of the mess and all of the stuff by themselves. So I was asked if I wanted to come and see if there was anything that I wanted to take. So basically what I did was I took what I wanted, and we took a lot. They had dumpsters brought in. Anything that I didn't want and the family didn't want was either put in dumpsters or put aside and then taken to Goodwill or other thrift stores at the end of the day. So we ended up bringing home at least 5 16-foot cargo loads of stuff home. I've got a 30 by 40 shop that has a 15 by 15 office in it. There's 2 cars in here. There's 2 workbenches. So this place is crowded, and you guys will see that. That was a lot of work, bringing all that stuff here. And I just didn't take everything I wanted and left. I didn't do that. I felt, my wife and I both, my family, felt very blessed with the items that we were taking from this home. So I helped fill dumpsters. There was an attic space, a large attic space, full of stuff. Vintage Christmas stuff, vintage 70s toys. There's some back here on the shelf. That I told the kids and the grandkids not to worry about that space. That I would personally bring every single item down out of the attic. And remember, this was in August, the beginning of September. We were having days where it was in the 90s. And I would show up in the morning. I'd do all the work I could up in the attic until it got too hot. And it probably took me 3 days to get everything down. But the owners of the stuff went through all the stuff out of the attic, to what they wanted, and then I was able to go through it and then take the stuff that I wanted. So I helped them, they helped me. I got a lot of great merchandise to sell on eBay, and we're planning on doing probably a few yard sales this spring to purge the stuff that I have decided that I don't want to keep for eBay. So that's how I got all this stuff. And then a small portion of the other stuff in here, especially the stuff behind me on totes and stuff, that stuff from yard sales that I sourced last summer. Most of the electronics back here came from the hoarder's house. So let's go ahead and do a quick tour of the shop, and I'll show you guys how crazy it is in here and talk about our solution for this, and then we'll move on to the office. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and show you around the shop. I'm going to flip this camera around real quick. All right, so this is the other side of my shop. This is typically the side that I do all of the car stuff on. And we've got a loft up here. It's full of, I got door handles, brand new door handles that I got for free off Marketplace. And then there's some boat trailer lights up there. We got a bunch of Easter stuff, Christmas stuff, and then the last few blow molds that we have left from the house that we got all the stuff from. So there are shipping supplies everywhere and merchandise everywhere. So I'll take you guys this way. So bought some clearance Christmas stuff from Walmart. My dad and I added this extension to our loft in here to kind of help with some of to get some stuff off the floor, so we had room to bring more stuff in. And so this is most of the stuff that we got from the house, the hoarder's house. They loved decorations, so there was a lot of Christmas, Halloween, Easter stuff, but like this is wrapping paper. Some of it's from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. They're brand new. I mean, I know some of these can go for decent money, but so there was a lot of stuff from the 70s, just regular like general merchandise, knickknacks and stuff. But this side of the shop is where I typically do all my work on cars, and it is just packed full of stuff. So all this stuff here is Christmas stuff, and then this is all Halloween stuff. This is like Thanksgiving, fall harvest stuff, and there's a bunch of vintage Christmas stuff here and here. There used to be a massive stack of VHS right here that I just sold last week, which is I'm very thankful for selling that. There's some vintage turtle stuff, some vintage Looney Tunes stuff. That stuff didn't come from the hoarder's house, but I bought that stuff last summer as well. Most of this stuff, there's a few Christmas items on top, but that's mostly like just general merchandise, housewares and stuff. A lot of it is either early 2000s and older, dating back to the 60s. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. Like here's a swag lamp from the 60s and 70s. That's in great condition. So, you know, there's a flathead motor back in there and a compressor and all of this stuff used to be organized and open to where I can work on cars and get to my workbench and stuff like that. So that's going to have to change. This is my car lift with my Roadster and then my wife's Capri. You know, it's all boxed in. There's stuff behind this car so we can't get the car out, and there's stuff along the side of it, and there's just a lot of stuff out here. This is the other side of the shop, and all these electronics, all these old 70s games, a bunch of yard sale finds up here in these bins. These are all vintage toys from my personal collection that will someday be sold on eBay. And then this is supposed to be like a staging table for listing stuff. And we got tons of shipping boxes. This is listed inventory on eBay right now. So the plan for this part of the room is to move these shelves around. I want to put them in this way. And then I bought some more shelves to add in here. This room will be where my immediate inventory that I want to list is going to be stored. And that back workbench area, I'll have a TV back there for testing electronics and video games. An area for cleaning product before I take it into my office to list. So this is going to be my working eBay inventory area. We are planning on getting a storage container to go outside on the other side of the shop out here for all of the overflow of the stuff that I just showed you guys. So I have been slowly going through that stuff and organizing it, splitting it up into yard sale stuff and eBay stuff. The eBay stuff will go out to the container, and then we'll have yard sales to get rid of the rest of it. So this is all small appliances, dating back to, some of them back to the 70s. So, you know, all this stuff is going to have to move. All this stuff needs to come out of here. So this half of the shop can be a working shop again. Because like I said earlier, we have at least 4 vehicles lined up to work on this summer. And we need that income. So that has to happen. So yard sales and is the plan for getting this stuff moved around and organized in such a way that we can have our shop back. So that on weekends when we feel like working on rigs, we can. So that is the shop. Can't wait to start working on cars again. It is crazy in here. Like I said, all the stuff that has been weighing on me since the end of summer through now basically gave birth to this problem. And I couldn't say no to the stuff that I was getting. So I don't think I'm going to have to go to yard sales this summer to source stuff because I haven't listed any of the stuff that I sourced last summer. All the stuff that I've been listing since the end of the summer through now has basically been from the Horde. So I don't think I'm going to go sourcing this summer. I may for fun every once in a while just to get out of the house, but I don't think we're going to have to. I have to do it. So let's show you guys the office now. It is much warmer in here. So as you can see, I am an avid Ninja Turtle collector. Got a lot of vintage, modern stuff in here. This used to always be like my hangout space. You know, I'd come out here and just chill. So there's a lot of my collection out here. This is supposed to be like a little arcade room. There's a couple of one-up arcades back here. I'm going to want to get my Space Invaders, my vintage Space Invaders out in the shop cleaned up and brought in here somehow. But we'll figure that out. But most of this stuff here is listed on eBay. The shelf is listed on eBay. That shelf over there is listed on eBay. This is supposed to be my shipping station. But it's cluttered and I've got a lot of merchandise sitting here on the floor that needs to be listed. It's just coming here because there's no room for it out in the shop. So I need this space cleared and cleaned sanitary, so my son can come out here. So once he gets to the age to where he can be left in like a playpen, then I can bring him out here. He can watch cartoons, and I can list stuff on eBay. So that's the future plan for this room. So there's a lot of this stuff that's got to go. But this is my desk where I do all my listing and printing my labels and stuff. And I got this light box around Christmas time this year, and it just makes my merchandise look so much better on eBay. I really, really, really like it. I should have probably purchased this right from the get-go. I like it that much. And it's a 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot light box. So it's amazing. It's well worth $120. So that's the office. I got a little heater going out here because my mini split that I have up there behind those boxes, it went out. It's only like 2 years old, 2.5, 3 years old, something like that. But it went out, so that kind of sucks. But so I know this video was kind of all over the place. We kind of went through some different things. Update you guys on my life. I'm hoping I can do more interesting videos in the future. I really want to get back to what I've sold this week, or what I've sold so far this week, videos on YouTube for you guys to watch. So yeah, so starting probably within a month, I'll have a shipping container here, and I'll be able to put some shelving in that and start organizing the stuff, leaving the shop into the container. So that'll be happening very quickly, which I'm excited for, because coming out here and working in this mess, it's paralyzing, and I don't like it. So yeah, so thank you for hanging out with me for the last 20-30 minutes or so, and I look forward to showing you guys in the next video a time lapse of us getting organized and ready to hit the ground running for the rest of the year and for years to come, because this is what I plan on doing at least for the next 10-15 years, maybe 20 years. This is my only shot. I'm not going back to the workforce. I don't want to go back to the workforce, so this is what I'm going to be doing. So I've got to make it successful. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out on the next video. Be sure to hit that link for our other channel. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.
When the lights go out, I'm down to one last breath.